Why must we appreciate more the things from outside? Foreign music is being entertained. My calypso is going down the drain. We speak of cultural consciousness, and they themselves who preach doing stupidness. Calypso music.
Gala with a Purpose is happening right here in Trinidad and Tobago on Friday, the 17th of October at the Hyatt Regency. Here this morning to share more with us are directly from the Rotary Club of Central Port of Spain, Cheryl Dian Sue Wing, Club Admin Chair, and Kerry-Anne Erskine, the Club Treasurer. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. Yes.
It's a pleasure to have you with us on this show this morning. It's always wonderful to have Rotary on set as we continue to highlight the work that's being done, but specifically the community investment, which again, you're back here and this is what we're talking about. But it's quite an interesting selection because when we were chatting off air, I said, you know, well, I'm not too sure if this is your first one, what edition it is. And you shared with me that this is the first one.
It is the first annual.
What
Actually, it's an upgrade from, we do fundraisers, right? And one of our fundraisers for many years has been something called Sancoach Fest.
Okay.
Or you bought your soup, you could have it, take it away, or you could sit in and dine.
Okay. Yes.
But then this year we decided to upgrade. We're still serving soup. But at the Hyatt Regency, and Gala, fancy dresses and suits, and do it in a upgraded way.
Now, it's interesting, as you mentioned, I mean, well, you reference the Sancoach, which we all know and love as a staple within a West Indian household, to say the least, and also in Latin America. But it's a poor man's dinner, which is quite an interesting marriage because you mentioned fancy dress as well.
Yes.
So before we get into, I guess we should say that contrast, let's talk a little bit about what's going to be served. I'm going to come to you.
Yes, definitely. As Cheryl indicated, we will be having soup, but it will be from the Hyatt, so of course. And what will make it special is because even though it's simple, it's symbolic in terms of being grateful for what we have, being able to come and celebrate, and also do good and contribute and donate.
And donate, something that is so important, of course, as we continue to see community at the forefront. Cheryl, why is this happening now? Because many times when we think about polio, we don't really think about the present, if we're being frank about it. It's something that we would have known over the years previously. So why now and polio?
There's a resurgence of polio in certain countries, including the UK, Yemen, Nigeria, Somalia, and the Gates Foundation, which is they're very active in this area. They have renewed their partnership with Rotary International to help those people in those areas. Rotary International has immunized 2.5 billion children across the world in the past, right, over time. And so they have partnered with Rotary International to make sure that this disease doesn't continue to spread. Because I think in our history we knew about it, and then it seemed as though it had gone away, but it is very prevalent today still.
And this is something that we need to pay keen attention to, as you mentioned that. But I'm glad that you mentioned some of the countries, because, you know, many times as soon as we hear, all right, something is happening in our country, we automatically think that we are being affected. But we see that from what you shared with the data, that we're not. Give thanks for that. And that's, again, why it's such an interesting conversation as to why the first edition is happening here. But I think one of the things we do need to know is what caused the marriage between what would have been Sancoach Fest and now serving soup at the poor man's dinner, Kerry-Anne?
Well, I think Sancoach was very labor intensive. And we felt that we could have elevated the whole experience, and that is where a lot of people were clamoring. We want to have a ball, we want to be able to dress up, but also give back. So, you know, we decided, okay, let's elevate the experience and still keep the base of the soup, but at least let us come and gather and celebrate as well.
So let's go to the dressing up part, because I know normally, at least from what we've seen, you know, one of the most exciting parts for many of us, there's a theme. Is there a theme this year?
Elegant cocktail wear, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And for those of you that are interested, you can always call 373-5082 or you can call 735-2572 for more information. Kerry-Anne, is there a contribution for this?
Yes, it's simply $500. But I know fully well it goes a long way in terms of making sure that there's vaccine delivery, in terms of totally eradicating polio, and bringing awareness to the cause. And, you know, of course, disease has no borders, so it may not be affecting us here. but we need to continue to do our part, and we're so close.
Yeah.
Yes, so let's get it done.
So I feel like you just answered my next question, because I was coming to you, Cheryl, specifically to ask, there are some people who are going to say, well, why is it happening in Trinidad and Tobago? Because it's not, something that's affecting us directly. As you would have mentioned, though, we're a team, we're a global team, we're working together.
Yes.
But how does this particularly align with the goals of Rotary Club?
Because we are Rotary International. We, even though we are in Trinidad, we are part of an international club. Yes.
Now, we know that very much, again, we see a lot of community at the forefront. We see that teamwork, but we also see the younger generation involved in Rotary as well. How do you feel, I mean, first of all, do you have the input from the younger generation when it comes to this? And what is it like? And what are your expectations for an event like this moving forward? Do you think we're going to see Gala with a Purpose happening as the years go on?
Well, we hope we're proposing it to be one of our annual events. So this is going to be the first one, because Sankosh went on for a number of years.
Right.
We also have Choker Fest, which comes out every May as well, right? So this is going to be the first annual. So I'm putting it out there. We're going to have it again next year. It's going to be bigger and better.
And better.
And better. I feel like there's some great alignments as well when it comes to Rotary Club and food.
Yes.
I've noticed that over the years.
We're going to keep it that way.
Let's talk a little bit now. Let's go to Rotary Club itself, because many will know the name, not many will know the depth of work that goes in and the international collaborations that also take place. As you mentioned, you are Rotary International, in addition to being Rotary Club of Central Port of Spain. Can you give a little bit of background and details for those who may be interested in Rotary Club?
Well, Rotary founded how many years ago? 190-something years ago, by what someone would describe as 3 white men. Paul Harris led the charge, and mainly started. It was based on fellowship. It started with fellowship, what we call network marketing today.
Right.
It was started on fellowship, and then decided to organize events in areas to help others and stuff, and it evolved from there. So, Rotary, and the name Rotary, from what I understand, came from the fact that they rotated meetings in different areas and different homes and different offices and that kind of thing. So that really Rotary, that's where the wheel came from, and the Rotary, right? So it is a very prolific, very well established. Anywhere the wheel we go, we are Rotarians.
I can only imagine the sense of identity also that gives, and the community as well, the fact that you can go anywhere in the world. For those who are not part of it, I would liken it to perhaps being a Trinbagonian, and no matter where you go in the world, when you meet a Trini, a Trini is there.
Yes.
But it's also good to see that everybody is on the same page. It's something that we notice with Rotary, regardless of the fact that there may be different clubs. Now, many times when we have conversations to what's going on with Rotary, we'll say, okay, well, this is Central Port of Spain. This one is, God forgive me, because I don't know the proper term, but maybe from the east, somewhere from south. How exactly is that broken up, and how does everybody come together to work?
Well, we all belong to the zone of 70-30, which covers a number of countries and islands, right?
Yes.
Yeah? But in Trinidad and Tobago, because of areas, we are just broken up into parts, but we do come together in clusters, right? Like the North Cluster will come together sometime and have tea or have a dinner or anything, Christmas party. So we do come together. So all the clubs will come together and have one, because we still are really one.
Yes. And we try to support each initiative that we may have. And especially with Central Port of Spain, what we focus is on the B-term area. And a lot of engagement with the youth, from early actors right up to the Rotaracts. So, it is something that we really do collaborate and come together and support each other.
And it's wonderful that there are so many young people involved as well. I know recently, I think it was mentioned at the Hats and Heels that there are Rotarians as young as maybe like 6, 7 years old, and there are also Rotarians who are 99 years old as well, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I would love to just get, before we close our conversation, we have a few more moments, and it'd be great to get a bit of a personal perspective, because we do hear Rotary, and for some it may be a bit intimidating, for some it's definitely something that one would like to aspire to enjoy. So personal experiences. Kerry-Anne, we'll start with you. How long have you been a Rotarian, and what has the experience been
relatively new, but I've jumped in, so I feel like I've been here in it for years. Basically, for me, it was in terms of giving back in a very formalized way. We have our own charities that are close to our heart, but I felt in the way how Rotary was very formalized, and the initiatives that they have really resonated with me. So it's something that, I'm happy I'm able to join and be able to see how wide the reach is.
Excellent. And I mean, Cheryl Dian, you sit as the club admin chair. I'm assuming you may have been involved for a bit of a longer time.
No, actually not much, but I've been involved in other activities.
Right.
I guess you would have met PDG, our past Governor
Yes,
Lara, Quentin Thomas. But Lara's been intrigued in my life, in Affet, and then on to Rotary. So I've been in service, and I've been a partner in service. My husband used to be a Rotarian many years ago. So I've been accustomed to the Rotary thing. And again, like Kerry-Anne said, service above self. I love serving others. It's a good way to do it, and I just enjoy that. Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, ladies, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you.
You're welcome.
Of course. I know there's going to be another conversation with what's going on with the Rotarians, so looking forward to having you back on set soon, and enjoy the gala with a purpose, because I know that you will as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
We hope to see you next year.
Yes, next year for sure. Gala with a Purpose is happening at the Hyatt Regency Hotel on Friday, the 17th of October from 6 to 9 p.m. Remember that we can all be a part of the change. It doesn't matter if it's not affecting us right here at home, because you never know what may or may not happen. You can call 373-5082 or 735-2572 for tickets. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on this Friday edition of the Now Morning Show after this break.
Just do me a favor, right? Just hold this at the side for me. When you sit down, just have it at the side of you, right?
Okay.
For me? Just organize them. Upstairs, get some mic 5. Can you count first? 1 to 10 for audio.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Have a seat.
Okay, thank you.
So come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. What they're gonna do is run the music video first.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
So what they're gonna do, nice.
Playing in my mind like a melody. One touch from your darling is the only thing that could take my stress away.